bringing a surprise in naming Cumbrian forward Jonathan Neal at prop. But a good crowd, big crowd assembled, and the pitch perfect. Dwyer taking his place there at number 9, and the shock of Paul Groves, Great Britain tourist, being left out. But a very powerful midfielder of Tierra Party, Lachlan, and Jonathan Griffiths, who's been picking man of the match awards up with regularity there. A strong pack of forwards, but they need that pack of forwards, I think, to counteract the Widnes 6. But Widnes coach Doug Lawton lost 3 key men in the backs. Tony Myler, Alan Tate and Darren Wright are all out injured, and he pairs the tough and compromising Hume brothers, David and Paul, at half-back, and 19 years old Stuart Spruce gets a run out there at full-back. But it's in that pack of forwards that I think will be the key to who progresses to Wembley. Powerful Kiwi trio there of Sorensen, Paimalo and Kaloto. And always the nervous time for the referee, and especially the 2 skippers, Shane Cooper there on our left, the Kiwi from the Auckland, and David Hume, whom we've already met, and had his thoughts on the game. 80 minutes away then from Wembley. The Silk Cup Challenge Cup final, Saturday, April the 27th. Who will meet Wigan? John Holsworth, the referee from Kipax. Our viewers watching on Sky New Zealand, TV New Zealand and Channel 10 will see more of John in the summer. He's the man in the middle for the Australia v New Zealand Test Series. Rightly deserved, very experienced referee. Well, John, you can settle back today. You had your nervous tension last week, and just watch.
Well, it seems to be it's going to be a big start here, Ray. Both teams looked very uptight, and they were, particularly the St Helens players, they looked very much on edge, and you know, I think we're in for a big start.
And a big start already. A punch thrown by Imosi Kaloto, according to Mr Holsworth, right on the spot. So the first penalty to Paul Lachlan. Again, another experienced centre, Great Britain centre. And not taken by Lachlan. Well, John, you've really got to put those kicks to touch, haven't you?
Well, you don't want to start the game off, a big game like this, you don't want to start it off with a mistake, and that's exactly what St Helens have done, and they've let Widnes in their half straight away.
And offside. John Holsworth, very, very quick on that 5-metre mark, spotting Shane Cooper. Offside, and I'm sure that Jonathan Davis will have a crack at goal. Davis, number 4 on his back. He's been playing so well lately at stand-off in the absence of the injured Tony Myler. 84 goals, 24 tries this season, couple of drop goals, 266 points. Despite a 7-week absence, just 50 points off Mick Burke's point-scoring record for the season.
Well, he's a player that's come back from injury, and he looks extremely sharp. I've seen his last 3 games, and he's been outstanding with his. You know, he's got a good step, he's got very good speed, great hands, and he can kick the ball extremely well, so could get them off to a good start here.
But these are pressure kicks. But of course, Jonathan Davis, whether in Union or League, has been used to these kicks. It's in front of the post. It's 42, 43 yards out. He lofts it well, and he misses it. Well, he got the strike, but he didn't quite get the direction. So, Davis, a little bit upset with himself there, possibly nerves. Never been as near to Wembley as this. Jonathan Davis. St Helens already accounted for Swinton, Wakefield and Halifax in the 3 previous rounds, and Widnes, Doncaster, Barrow, and a hard game we saw on grandstand with Warrington. McKenzie, short ball to Kaloto, this big, powerful number 12 from Tonga. There certainly does look a lot of nerves about their job.
They are usually fine from a coach's point of view. You've got to calm the players down on these sort of games, and when they came out, they all looked very uptight, particularly, like I said, the St Helens players. So it's a matter of the team settling down first, I think, Ray.
And yet, both clubs very experienced cup fighters. Both been in 20 semi-finals in the past. St Helens 5 times cup winners, and Widnes 7 times Challenge Cup winners. And I think St Helens doing quite rightly here, giving people just a touch of the ball, letting the forwards get hold of the ball. You really need to get yourself very, very quickly into a cup semi-final. No point in just standing outside there. Number 8 there, big Jonathan Neal from Cumbria. Bernard Dwyer, good, hard-working, solid local player. They'll be looking for Phil Beavers. They find him. Devereux. Ooh, almost a risky pass, but a good tackle by George Mann. Neither side wanting to give penalties away. Either side tending to play safety first, and already there's another penalty. Mr. Paul Bishop, I think. Yes, yapping away. In fact, John, you remember his father Tommy, and I remember playing with his father Tommy. He seems to yap just as much as Tommy did.
Well, this might give you a shock, Ray. I played with Tommy as well. But that penalty wasn't for the tackle. It was for Paul Bishop having too much to say.
Well, I think Paul's father Tommy will be watching this over in Cronulla in Australia. Widnes then on the attack. Yassine Faimalo just signed a new 3-year contract with the Widnes club. That's a good ball to David Hume, but that's a good tackle. That is a crunching tackle by George Mann. And a penalty though, lying on it to play the ball. Spoiled himself there. Certainly John Holsworth, very, very insistent around these rucks. He's standing no messing.
Well, it's a runaround move, but it's a fake, and he gives the ball to one of the Humes straight up the middle. And it's a super tackle from George Mann. It's a great tackle, but then he just goes overboard with the holding down. And early in the game, you've just got to watch those sort of things, because the referees won't put up with any of it. And if we can get quick play the balls, we'll get a good game. So, you know, I agree with the referees. You've got to let the players play the ball as quickly as possible.
So, second kick for Jonathan Davis. As we said, he's been out for 7 weeks from Christmas with a ruptured thigh muscle. He did very little goal kicking, but certainly he has been bang on form, but he'll not be too pleased with that first effort. Let's see if this second is any better. Similar distance, but just to the left of the post. Again, strikes it well. Oh, it hits the upright. So Davis misses 2, but Bernard Dwyer picks it up. And that's very often the difference between a side going to Wembley or not, John.
Well, it is. You've got to take those chances. But the thing about the game so far, Ray, is that since the kick-off, Widnes haven't been out of St Helens' half, and they've put a lot of pressure on them, and they just don't seem to be able to get out of that half.
Some very strong, very heavy work here in the forwards. George Mann looking to make a gap, can't find one. Tackling in a semi-final, always strong, always powerful. And is that a penalty? Yes, it is. Well, when will these players ever learn? Certainly Mr. Holsworth insistent again, and Yassine Faimalo there lying on it to play the ball. And I do agree with what you said, John, that we've got to have quick play the balls for rugby.
Yeah, here we see the tackle here is exactly the same penalty that George Mann gave away. And Faimalo just overplays the holding down. And Lachlan made no mistake with the kick out that time, you know, and this is the first time that we've seen St Helens in the half.
So St Helens' first raiding party. Bishop now to the big, tall John Harrison. Almost like a rugby union second row, this lad. 6'7". Powerful lad. Another powerful man, George Mann. Looks to get the ball away. So, Widnes heel. Well, Paul Bishop protesting once again, but Widnes ball. Kurt Sorensen now. That's a good ball to Stuart Spruce. Nice touch for this youngster. Just 19 years of age, only his 6th time he started the match. David Hume running back into trouble. Widnes will certainly want to keep this ball moving out wide. They've got more pace than St Helens on the outside. Devereux. And that's one of the reasons why I think Bernard Dwyer's preferred to Groves, the tackling. Dwyer in again, pressuring Davis. Davis still going. That's a good kick. That's a tester of Phil Beavers. Judges the bounce. Oh, that's a good pass to Alan Hunt. And certainly St Helens opening up as they normally do. Fast-flowing freestyle to Bishop. Les Quirk, Cooper. Well, looks for Les Quirk, but Les Quirk had come inside. Jonathan Neal, number 8 for St Helens, settling it down a little. Kevin Ward having an Indian summer, this lad. 10 seasons with Castleford. Great campaigner in the Great Britain jersey. Just £80,000 buy for St Helens this season. Cooper. Another Welshman there, Jonathan Griffiths, number 6. Well read by Stuart Spruce.
Well, Ray, I think St Helens are playing the game at their usual flat-out speed. They play at full speed this game, and they unload any passes in most situations. And if they have a day when their passes stick, well, they could, there could be an upset on the cards.
And let's not forget St Helens, beat Widnes when Widnes were heavy favourites once again in this semi-final 2 years ago. 16 points to 14. And I'm sure that man, Richie Ayres, who was sent off for tripping in that game, number 11, he'll never forget that. Well, Alex, this has set off at a fairly cracking pace, hasn't it?
Well, it's very, very ominous, Ray, and one good thing about it, I think Widnes will be quite pleased about the way they've started. I don't think they're too pleased about missing 2 early penalties, and I think Jonathan Davis will be a bit disappointed, but I think overall, Reg, I think that's not a bad start.
It's not a bad start for both sides, actually, Alex. It's a bit nervous on 2 teams are. They're just not getting the game together, both sides, but Widnes, as you said, missed 2 early penalties, which JD usually knocks over, no problem. But the game's just starting to warm up now, and we're going to see some good football, I'm sure.
But I think what we're seeing also, Ray, is some good football from St Helens, and that's 100-mile-an-hour stuff. They play it like that, off-the-cuff football, and that's the way they're hoping to carry on. But what a game in prospect.
St Helens certainly testing this Widnes defence. Paul Loughlin there. Good tackle by Richie Ayres, but Saints throwing caution to the wind. Kevin Ward driving in. 16's half stone, this lad. Back to Beavers. Well, he tried to delicately flight that one, and he has done. Picked up well by Stuart Spruce. A lot of work for this youngster. Did well there. Had a thought to pass to Devereux. Devereux getting through a lot of work. He's a big lad, he's 15 stone, he can come in off the wing, he can help the forwards while they're getting back. By Marlowe. Likes to run, likes to gallop this lad, and he's lost it. Play on. You can steal the ball while the movement's going on, and here's St Helens now. Here's a chance. Jonathan Griffiths going for the corner. Good tackle by Davis. These 2 lads used to play together at Connetty, but rivals now. Rupati, Bishop. This is good rugby from St Helens. Dwyer. Perhaps turning inside when he should have gone outside. John, you were just signalling to me you thought the bomb might be a good kick now.
Well, I think so, Ray, and it's just started to rain a little bit too, so, I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints put up a bomb in a moment.
Saints still moving this ball around. John Harrison, frantic defence here now from Widnes. 10 yards from this Widnes line. Cooper at the helm. Griffiths, that's a nice kick. Play on to Phil Beavers. No. No, Mr. Holsworth ruled that there was an accidental offside. For a minute I thought there was a play on. That could have been dangerous.
Jonathan Griffiths just tries to push a ball through here. Hits Jonathan Davis up in the air, and then it comes off a St Helens player and goes forward. So the ball did go forward.
And St Helens from the scrum. Holiday, significant sign of pressure. Kicking on the second tackle, not playing through all the tackles. Vivers. Good covering there by Davis and Courier. Number 4, Jonathan Davis is down. But the game carries on.
He's done a lot of work, number 8, hasn't he, Ray? He's Jonathan Hill. He's just taken the ball up probably more times than anybody.
And here's another man, Kevin Ward, looking for another Wembley appearance. Great experience underneath that number 10 jersey. And it's St Helens now, taking the game to Widnes. George Mann. This big St Helens pack causing problems. Bishop, left-footed. That's a good kick. It's going away from a fire. Does he know Alan Hunt's there? He doesn't. Oh, my word. What a let-off there for Widnes. Stuart Spruce, Martin O'Fire, not quite knowing what to do. But that youngster there, number 2 for St Helens, Alan Hunt, he stole down the blind side.
Well, the ball went very high, and with Widnes, they've got an inexperienced fullback in Stuart Spruce, and anything can happen when a young player's out there in that situation, and he was in a little bit of trouble then.
And a penalty. A penalty against Paul Hume for using the elbow. Coming away at scrum half, and that's certainly not a penalty that Widnes would want to have given away. So, St Helens' chance then to put some points on the board. And Shane Cooper, I'm certain, as he does, will hand that ball to Paul Loughlin.
Well, the confusion there was probably right that it was at the base of a scrum, and scrum penalties you can't kick for goal, so Shane Cooper just cleared it up with the referee to make sure that that was a penalty for a legal play. So, seeing it's not a scrum penalty, they can have a shot at goal.
Loughlin had problems with groin injuries this season. A powerful kicker. Very often kicks them from long range. This, not the most difficult of kicks, but again, in this atmosphere here, when the pressure's on, it can count, but it doesn't. It's 2 points. The flags go up. Paul Loughlin puts St Helens ahead. 2 points to 0, and really all coming from that silly penalty given away there by Paul Hume. Delight on that large contingent of St Helens supporters. So, the underdogs, John, in the lead.
Yeah, they are, and I think they probably, they've got a couple of smart players out there, and they would have noticed that the Widnes fullback didn't get anywhere near that bomb, so I suppose next time they get down there we might see another one.
Jonathan Griffiths. Signed as a scrum half, but been playing in the standoff role. That will put some heart into St Helens, and here's this lad, Jonathan Neal again, another 6'4", 16 stone forward. George Mann driving in. I think this St Helens pack, Alex, giving Widnes some trouble.
Well, I think St Helens have just started settling down a bit, Ray. They're moving the ball about and they're creating 1 or 2 gaps in the Widnes defence, and I think the 2 misses by Jonathan Davis won't do it down too well, but surely the goal kick of Paul Loughlin, Frankie, the start you needed.
Oh, we've needed that. That was a good start for us, and I'm happy with our defence, and I think at the moment we're holding Widnes very well.
Well, I think the way St Helens are playing, obviously they're going to play, this is the only way they know how to play, move the ball about, and I think they're stretching Widnes and really putting Stuart Spruce under some pressure.
Yes, I think that's the game we've planned. We've planned a good tactical kicking game, and we said we put 1 or 2 high balls up to Spruce, and it's causing 1 or 2 problems now.
Well, there you see, Ray, a lot of the bombs to young Stuart Spruce, but I think he's a lad who can cope with a lot of that.
Certainly, Widnes not really looking to be the Usual full free-flowing serve, rather silly there by Alan Hunt. Martin O'Fire injured. I'm sure Mr. Holsworth will have a word with that. O'Fire was tackled, he had hit the floor.
Well, on the replay we see a good ball go out to O'Fire. He's got a little bit of room, just gets on the outside of his opposite, and actually he's lying on the ground there and he hasn't been tackled, Ray, so whether that's the way to make the tackle or not, I don't know, though I think the referee's probably right in penalising the player.
So Jonathan Davis, who took a knock earlier, kicked a touch, safety first, and as we were saying, we've not really seen the free-flowing pattern of Widnes' play, a little bit of frantic, a little bit of hectic play in the forwards, but a long time to go yet. Caloto, no, Famalo. Good switch, good dummy there at the acting halfback. But Widnes wanting to move this ball outliner. Holiday looks for support. One of the old-fashioned type of loose forwards. The ball-playing, crafty loose forward, likes to put other people through with his passes. Caloto gets the ball away to Richiers. Can't just get to O'Fire. Well covered there by Phil Beavers, but it's Widnes now. First real attack of the game to Sorensen. Looks for support. Finds it. Paul Hume. Now then. Widnes not kicking, electing to run. To O'Fire. What can O'Fire do? Can he do something out of nothing? No, it's the sixth tackle. And I think that, John, there showed the hesitancy that seems to be in Widnes' play at the moment. They just did not know what to do on that tackle.
Well, it was the last tackle play. It was probably had to be a kicking play, and Widnes took the odds to running it, but they're missing a few senior players out of this side, and I think that's just a little bit evident in their play that, you know, Tony Myler's a great organising player, and he's not in the side today, so they're probably just missing him a little bit because he's the captain of the side and he does direct things.
So St Helens still in the lead, 2 points to nil. Just 20 minutes gone in this first half. Just the one penalty goal separating these two sides. Typical hard opening 40 minutes of a cup tie, and especially a semi-final. Alan Hunt. Ward. It's this pack that's impressing me for St Helens. Ward, Neil, Harrison. Being driven on by Cooper. Little chip kick by Griffiths. Oh, he's got some space on the outside. Can he pick it up? No, superbly done by Stuart Spruce. Well, that 19 years old youngster there was up to the task, but superb play from Jonathan Griffiths. He spotted that the Widnes cover was up flat. Just missed that ball by inches.
This is a ploy that St Helens use. They stand George Mann out of the scrum and he just tries to crash his way over. And as you see there, one of the reasons he is a front rower is that he hasn't got great hands and he spilled the ball, so it's a chance gone.
Widnes fans behind the cop ender trying to rally their side, roaring them on. To let Holiday now. Holiday looking to distribute, but this relentless St Helens tackling. Harrison 11, Bernard Dwyer putting the tackles in, putting the men down. Sorensen. Courier. Can't let this man get away. Widnes, John, not really running from depth, a little bit flat at the moment.
Well, it just looks like they're missing a little bit of organisation, but Hume's in there, and he's a player that can organise, and you know, I think a fair bit of the weight will fall on his shoulders just to get things rolling.
Mackenzie to Richiers. Oh, superb run by Ayres, not the best of passes. And isn't Alan Hunt really keeping his eye on Martin O'Fire? He knows the danger. Davis again, a high one. That's a towering one. Beavers is under it. Well taken. Good eye for the ball, this former South fullback from Brisbane. 7 seasons at St Helens. And Griffiths, powerful, strong player. Tackled by his Welsh colleague, Davis. That's a good tackle. pace just slackened a little. Both sides going at 100 miles an hour. Cooper, good dummy. Looks for support, he finds it with Vivers. But well read by Courier. Still away, St Helens moving this ball everywhere. Kevin Ward again. Bishop, that left foot snaking out. Devereux rightly taking his time. He'll hold on to this. Sensibly taking up the middle of the pitch, just waiting for his forwards to get back. Spruce doing the same. Well, little interference there from Bishop. No need for it. Absolutely no need for it. Nothing more than a penalty given away.
Well, he's done a couple of good things, Bruce, in the last 5 minutes. Here we see Bishop over the top of him. He's all over him in the tackle, and his hand goes into his face. The referee's right on hand, and just a silly penalty to give away.
So, Widnes trailing 2 points to 0, just the Paul Loughlin goal. Not really established themselves on attack too much. One chink of light in that St Helens defence, and Widnes have the pace, both in the forwards and the backs, to go through it. Hume to Faimalo. Bernard Dwyer again into the tackle there, and Harrison. These three, Harrison, Neal and Dwyer, putting a tackling stint in. Caloto. I think, Alex, it's needing something from this Widnes pack, isn't it? Some powerful burst or something.
The feeling down here, Ray, on the bench is that Widnes are not running with the power that they normally do. I think one or two of the forwards are just easing back a little bit, and there's a little bit of concern on the bench. I think St Helens are just doing what they normally do. They move the ball and they're tackling well, but Dougie Lawton, the Widnes coach, is a little bit disappointed that one or two of the Widnes forwards are not breaking the tackle, and I think that's what he wants. I think he's happy with seeing young Stuart Spruce. He's getting into the game now, and that'll settle him down a little bit, but they're certainly not happy on the Widnes bench.
So, Martin O'Fire elected to go himself. Richard Ayres, one forward who is breaking the tackle. He's been 2 or 3 times down this near side line, and already Paul Groves looks to be being brought on. Caloto, good charging run. That's the sort of runs the Widnes fans will be looking to. This big Tongan forward. Faimalo. Almost setting the move up in slow motion. Back to Holiday. Holiday looking for support with him, but no, it's not there. And 3 St Helens forwards clamping him, but Widnes edging nearer to that line. 20 yards now from the St Helens line. 5th tackle coming up. Mackenzie, it's worth a chance. Vivers, well, throws it back. He had to do. He picked the ball up just on that line. It would have been a drop out under the post, whatever he did. Experienced fullback, doing the right thing there. For the pressure still on St Helens, and Jonathan Neal, number 8, coming off, and Paul Groves going on. Well, I think they've got a good 25 minutes out of this lad Jonathan Neal, John.
Well, he certainly worked the place down. He took the ball up. It was noticeable in the first 5 minutes. He must have taken the ball up, 5 or 8 times, and plenty of work out of him. And he's a very good player, the hooker that was going on. And Widnes just seem to be getting a little bit of a roll on now. They're starting to look a little more dangerous.
But yet, still not breaking this St Helens defence. Coach Mike McLennan obviously worked very, very hard on this St Helens defence. They've conceded a lot of points in their league matches. He was quite worried about it. So a lot of homework's obviously been done. Kurt Sorensen now, look for support, gets it to Courier. Courier going for the line. This is more like Widnes now. Widnes moving this ball 15 yards from this St Helens line. Mackenzie. Holiday. Not really managing to get those passes out, Les Holiday. Bittiers gets it to Mel. Mackenzie drops it. Chance gone begging there. Knock off.
They're putting good pressure on though, Widnes. They've kept the pace of their game up, and they're looking very dangerous at the moment. Last time St Helens had a scrum in their own 22, they dropped the ball on the first tackle, and they can't afford to do that now. They'll be in big trouble.
Griffiths coming away again. Likes to run with the ball, this lad. Cooper always manages to get the ball away. Beavers, you've got a beautiful ball there now to Loughlin, but that's a good ankle tap by Courier. Still keep it going. That's the ambition of a side like St Helens. No safety first, looking for points all the time. Back to Dwyer again. St Helens 6th in Division 1, Widnes top of Division 1 at the moment. But very little between these two sides here this afternoon. And Joe Grimmer, the Kiwi forward, looks to be about to be brought on. That's a good kick, testing Spruce again, but he's up to it. Crunching tackle again by George Mann. It's the tacklers that make a kick like that, John, isn't it?
Well, it's a chase. It was a very good kick, but it was a great chase as well. And they've just given away a silly penalty. They've finally got some good field position. They haven't been down there for a long time, and then to give away a penalty on the first tackle, it's just going to give Widnes an easy 40 yards, and they'll be back on the attack again.
So that penalty by George Mann, the Kiwi, and another Kiwi coming on there, Joe Grimmer, number 15. Widnes still in possession by Marlowe, not really going anywhere at the moment. Tackled by another Kiwi. Man, we've certainly got a cosmopolitan game in rugby league at the moment. Kiwis, Welshmen, Australians, Scotsmen with Alan Tate, who's injured at the moment, Tongans with Imosi Kaloto, and who knows, perhaps Russians in the near future. Sorensen. Obviously, Coach Lawton making a tactical change. Holiday. He's had a lot of trouble, knee trouble, and he's lost it. He's lost it.
Well, I think, Ray, that Holiday might be coming off, but I think Dougie Lawton would have had him out there to help with the organisation early, and he's a very good player, the player that's going on. I've got a lot of time for him, and I think Joe Grimm is just a great all-round player.
And it's St Helens coming up with the ball. Well, both sides willing to throw the ball around. We haven't had a try yet, but you tend to get a lot of lost ball if you move the ball around like that. Imosi Kaloto, number 12 from Tonga. Kurt Sorensen. And Bishop again. Well, this really is very, very silly. Shane Cooper asking what's the matter. Referee John Holsworth saying, look, I'm not standing any more back jack from Paul Bishop. He's obviously trying to referee the game, and really, John, just costing his side yards.
Well, the two penalties, they had Widnes down in their own 22. Here we are now, they're inside the St Helens 22 and in a great attacking position, and look very good at the moment, Widnes. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a try coming up.
The dummy to Faimalo. Faimalo, powerful lad, can't get the ball away. Good tackle by number 15 there, Paul Groves. Widnes on the attack, 10 yards now. Holiday to Hume, the short ball to Richie Ayres. Ayres looks the lad to me, a St Helens born lad, St Helens supporter himself as a youngster. But again giving a penalty away. Silly penalty, kicking out at the play of the ball. And really, with a referee as firm and decisive as John Holsworth, the players should be learning the lesson by now.
Well, here we see Richie Ayres. Bishop's got hold of his foot. And, there's a little bit of both ways there. The referee's got to make the decision, though, and they're the chances you take if you kick out with your feet, I suppose.
Just 8 minutes left in this first half. St Helens still in the lead. That Paul Loughlin goal in the 16th minute, 2 points to nil, and we see Les Holiday down there, and Coach Doug Lawton looks a worried man. Les Holiday has had knee problems lately. There may be a little recurrence, but it's Saints in the driving seat. Knock on. Well, John, you as a coach know the tension that must be going on that Widnes bench.
Well, I was very uptight last week when we played our semi-final against Oldham, and I can imagine these two coaches are really on edge, and I think this morning, you know, I'd rather be in my position than their position.
So, Widnes, Jonathan Davis beats one man but can't get away. Tira Party and Jonathan Griffiths really preparing a ceremony for him there. There's Joel Grimmer, the substitute. Racing on. Alex, the tempo hotting up now.
Well, we've really got a semi-final on our hands, Ray, but Frankie Barra, you can't be satisfied with Paul Bishop. That's 2 or 3 silly penalties he's given away for Mountain, and surely you can't do that in a semi-final.
No, it's stupid. We've just got word onto him now that he's got to stop giving these penalties away, but we're giving too many penalties away right through the team. I think we're going to have to tighten up on the penalty situation, as we're going to be in trouble.
Well, we've got a situation down here now where Dougie's just brought Les Holiday off because Les, he doesn't think he's running as strong as he can do, and really Widnes are not maintaining the ball like they can do.
No, I don't think they are really. I think we've got in amongst them, and Widnes going in and tackling them hard round the ruck. I think we're coming out well on top.
But surely, Ray, a cracking semi-final and a long, long way to go yet.
Yes, a long, long way to go. I don't think this 2-0 will be sufficient.
It's a good little kick over the top from Andy Curry here on the last tackle. It's a race for the ball. It's a mistake from the fullback Vivas. I thought he could have stayed on his feet there. Alan Hunt can't get out of the end goal, and Andy Curry has chased up well on the short kick. They're under a fair bit of pressure here, St Helens.
It's pressure, all right, but of course, Widnes have got to score. They've had the pressure. Sooner or later, a team that's been under pressure tends to get the break, tends to come away. Widnes have got to convert this into points. Just 5 minutes left in this first half. Really a war of attrition here amongst these forwards. Hume. And that's a casual take of a ball there by Caloto. £32,000 at stake to the eventual cup winners of this trophy, just £9,000 to the losers. And we see how even the possession's been, how even the game's been. Neither side really making a significant break, though. I think both sides, John, are a little afraid to try things, a little afraid to make mistakes, and consequently they are making mistakes.
Yeah, well, the game started off at a hectic pace, Ray, and both teams were ripping in the defence on the defensive side of the game, and there's been a little bit of ball movement, but not the usual amount that we see from Widnes. And St Helens just play that type of game where they're prepared to take risks in their own half, and they haven't really unloaded yet either. But I'm sure in the second half we're going to see a great second half of rugby league, and there's some great game breakers, if you like, out in both sides.
Because certainly these two sides must tire at some stage. They can't keep up the ferocity of this tackling. Well, that's an unusual statistic there from Jonathan Davis. No goals from 2 attempts. It certainly won't do his confidence much good if he misses this one. 46 yards out. Kicking into the new £1.5 million grandstand here at Wigan. And this time it hits the post, and this time it goes in. So, superb kick from Davis. At last, he finds his feet, and Widnes are back on level terms. But it needed that upright, and doesn't he know it? It needed that upright to help it in.
Yeah, he's always got the distance from here. It was probably a 45-metre kick, but in off the post, so a little bit of luck.
So St Helens 2, Widnes 2. Loughlin keeping the ball low, and he gets a good kick. Andy Courier not quite knowing what to do, whether to attempt to catch it or let it go. The point about letting the ball go to touch actually is that the resultant scrum gives the defending side the head and ball. All the scrums gone with the head so far, as is that. Davis can't get away. Good tackle there by Shane Cooper. Good loose forward play. Any youngsters watching that? The loose forward coming up on the inside, the standoff, forcing the standoff back on the inside. Now then, here are the runs that we're accustomed to see from this powerful Widnes Kiwi trio. Kaloto, Courier. That's a good ball to Hume. Richie Ayres now can't get the ball away. Good tackle. Good tackle by Paul Bishop, but it's Widnes now looking in full flow. But still this relentless tackling here from St Helens, and St Helens have stolen the ball. Good ball steal there from Tira Party. It's a man. Cooper. Good tackle. Very good tackle by Phil McKenzie. Spotted the danger. Very strong, powerful tackling in midfield. Just a minute to go here now in this first half.
He's gone very, very good in the middle of the ruck, Bernard Dwyer. I was a little bit shocked when the other hooker didn't start the game, but I've been very impressed with him. He's played very well, and he's had a solid game.
Referee John Holsworth shouting to Jonathan Davis to get away quickly. Bishop looking for the kick. He goes. It's a tester on Spruce. He's up to it. Well taken, that young lad.
Yeah, that was a great catch, Ray. He was under a lot of pressure. He kept his eye on the ball, and a very good catch.
And the advantage of having a wingman as big as Jonathan Davis, as Jonathan Devereux again. For fire. Two wingmen. Good play. Helping Widnes forwards out. But the pressure on Widnes. Joe Grimmer brought good movement to this pack since his substitution. Davis. Well positioned by Phil Beavers. There is the hooter. Play on, play on. Play on, the tackle must be made, even though the hooter has gone. Referee Holsworth, where's play on? But there is the hooter. The first half over, all square. St Helens 2, Widnes 2.
Let's go straight to Haydock. The 3:45 is underway.
Yes,
Peter O'Sullivan.
Just jumped the first stairs. They've got 11 more to jump, and they're going a great gallop, and it's Greenheart and Shaw Metal disputing the lead with McClure, the sheepskin noseband, over on the far side. Sawdust Jack is very close to the lead, and behind them come Marijo and Night Guest, who was judged the best turned out and earned £50 for his lad Enid Gaffrey over the first ditch, and Shaw Metal led there from Greenheart, and Sawdust Jack, who's trying to give his trainer Mickey's to be a 60th birthday present. As Shaw Metal lands over the water from Greenheart, and Sawdust Jack very close. That going up into second now towards the outside. McClure's about 4 lengths off them. Then a little gap to Marijo and Night Guest as they go out. Swing left-handed and go out onto the far side now. And there's 2 miler. Winners of 46 races between them. These 6 runners all still standing. And Sawdust Jack now narrowly the leader from Shaw Metal. Little gap then to Greenheart and McClure. Sawdust Jack and Shaw Metal come to this together. This is the 5th of the 12 fences in all. Oh, Sawdust Jack made a bad mistake there, and all but ejected Lorcanwari. Did well to maintain the partnership, and it's Shaw Metal and Greenheart disputing it now as they come to the 6th. Sawdust jumped it 3rd, and 4 McClure is close, then Marijo and Night Guest racing to the next. Greenheart trying to complete a double for Arthur Stevenson on the near side of Shaw Metal. Then comes Sawdust Jack, and then McClure, and then Marijo and Night Guest, and there, and Greenheart has gone. It's on a long way after the fence. Greenheart went, and Shaw Metal is the clear leader now from Sawdust Jack and McClure as they come to the final ditch over on the far side. Shaw Metal from Sawdust Jack, and then McClure, who's getting closer all the time. Shaw Metal, Sawdust Jack, McClure, then a gap to Marijo, and finally Night Guest. And a long run now to the 3rd last, and Chris Grant still on the floor after that very strange fall of Greenheart. Racing round the home turn now, 3 left to jump. Shaw Metal from Sawdust Jack, and McClure still right there in there fighting. The sheepskin noseband on the far side is the challenger, in fact, now to Shaw Metal, with Sawdust Jack on the left of the picture and still going strongly. Shaw Metal from McClure and Sawdust Jack. They're racing now towards the second last, and Shaw Metal and Graham McCourt, the leaders. From Sawdust Jack now moves back into second. McClure is third as they come down towards the second last. Shaw Metal from Sawdust Jack travelling strongly on the near side. Shaw Metal lands in the lead from Sawdust Jack. Another slight mistake by the second there. McClure back in third. Marijo 4. Coming down to the final fence now in this Beamish Irish Stout handicap chase. And it's still Shaw Metal the leader. From Sawdust Jack in second, McClure a distant third. Shaw Metal from Sawdust Jack. They've got 150 yards to run, and it's Shaw Metal with Sawdust Jack still trying to challenge over on the far side. Shaw Metal from Sawdust Jack, 100 yards to run now. Shaw Metal from Sawdust Jack. McClure's being challenged for third now by Marijo, and as they race up towards the line, Shaw Metal asserting his superiority now and going clear and coming up to the line to win it. Well, too. Shaw Metal is the winner. Sawdust Jack is second. It's very close for third. It's a photo for third between Marijo and McClure. Shaw Metal, the 12-to-1 winner, his 5th success in 22 outings, a 6th success of the season for Ginger McCain, of course, famed for his training of the Great Red Rum. And this horse, 100-to-1 winner on fast ground at Liverpool last season. Number 62 for Graham McCourt, enjoying a great season.
Yes, and as we pick him up, look for Greenheart there with the yellow hat, the breast girth in about third just there. Chris Grant on board, and they all come together there. The mistake actually was by Sawdust Jack on the outside, and Lorcan Wiry did very well to keep himself in the plate. But once you're in the plate, you know you're safe. On the floor, you're not. Now, this is the fence where Greenheart jumped particularly well up in front and led them a merry old gallop. It was a real fast pace right from the off. And who knows what would have happened had Greenheart stayed together with Chris Grant. Just going into that plain fence, and as you can see, jumped well out over the top. And although it didn't fall, Chris went out of the front door. Very uncomfortable way to exit, I can tell you, because horses walk right over the top. By the time we came to the last, well, Shaw Metal had just got about 2-length lead over Sawdust Jack, and as they jump it, the leader jumps very well indeed. The second jumps well enough. McClure back in third. He's run a good race because he's had a very light season so far. But old Sawdust Jack doesn't look too happy there, does he? He basically wants it softer than it is today. Des mentioned the sand coming up here. It's basically where they've gone in and filled in the divots with sand all around the course. The ground isn't that fast that it's dusty. It's just where they've gone round to repair previous damage. But Graham McCourt powering home here on the Ginger McCain Animal Shaw Metal. This one had pulled up in his last 2 races, but as Peter told you, he surprised us in the past. He was also the horse that fell when well clear at Chepstow. They remounted, he came home alone. Ginger McCain may have a runner in the National itself, that's ground value, but he's way out, and a few will have to drop out before he gets in. But it's another good winner for Ginger McCain, who's now training locally down at Chumley in Cheshire. As the winner with Shaw Metal, with Graham McCourt, comes in, Beryl McCain this side. Let's catch up with the starting prices.
First, number 3, Shaw Metal, 12-1. Second, number 4, Sawdust Jack, 7-4 favourite. There's a photo between numbers 5 and 1, which we'll give you the result of later.
Richard Dunwoody's got the 100 up. He's just ridden the winner of the 3:45 at Toaster Mullock Bray, the 3-1 favourite. Richard and Peter, of course, ride in the National next Saturday. Richard's won one, and Peter hasn't won one at all so far. But now, let's turn our attention to the First Division football, and Queen's Park Rangers went 16 times to Anfield and got 1 point. It's a different story today so far, anyway. And Ralph Deller now reports from Anfield.
Well, straight from the start, it appeared that Liverpool might be tested by this fast, skillful Rangers side, and after 32 minutes, the defence failed the test. Ferdinand had just danced round Hooper before hitting a post, but as the ball came back in from Barker on the left, Ferdinand angled in the header that put Rangers in front. The London side probably deserved the lead, superbly orchestrated by Wilkins in midfield, but they owe a huge debt to keeper Stayskill, saving magnificently from a rush volley. Generally, there's been a lack of the characteristic accuracy about Liverpool's passing, and just on half-time, Burrow's back pass failed to find Hooper, and Wegley went round the keeper to make it 2-0.
7 goals in 8 matches for Ferdinand, and the other half-times it's Villa 0, Everton 1. Vargia with the goal early on. Chelsea 0, Leeds 2, Carl Schutt and Chris Fairclough. Arsenal 1 up at Derby with Alan Smith's goal in 7 minutes. You've heard about Liverpool and QPR. Man City 0, Southampton 0, Norwich 0, Manchester United 2. That's Steve Bruce and Paul Ince. United lost there in the Cup, you might remember. And Sheffield United have been going so well, are a goal down against Luton at the moment. Lars Elstrup in 11 minutes. Sunderland 1 up against third-place Palace. Kieran Brady, 35 minutes. They need the points. And Spurs 1-2. No Lineker in the team today, as you probably know. And Dave Smith and Kevin Gallagher put Coventry 2 up. Naeem's pulled 1 back for Tottenham just before half-time. And it's Wimbledon 1, Forest 1. Lachlan scored first for Forest. That's his first match for them. And he scored in 36 seconds. Tony Lachlan and John Fashion, who got the equaliser there for Wimbledon. Right, let's hear about Arsenal being 1 up then. David Davis reporting.
Yes, Arsenal ecstasy, but Derby, well, when you're bottom of the First Division, conceded 7 goals at home last week and haven't won a league match since December, things can only get better, surely. Actually, they can get worse. You can play Arsenal. Let's be generous. Derby with a better side for 5 minutes. Then Arsenal's first serious attack. Campbell's effort cleared off the line by Wright, but from the corner, Alan Smith heading home with some ease. And so Derby's problems exposed. Passes misplaced, midfield hunting in packs, defenders woefully short of confidence, but to their everlasting credit, the likes of Saunders, Micklewhite, Mark Wright, of course, seeking to play their way out of trouble. And crucially, Shilton has made 4 marvellous saves. So Derby have hope, but inspired by Liverpool's problems at Anfield, Arsenal must be well pleased at half-time.
Palace a goal down at Sunderland. Roger Farrant reports.
A cracking first half played at a furious pace. Right from the start we've had incident and opportunity at both ends and no shortage of endeavour. Sunderland, without 4 key players, have refused to lie down and take the Palace punishment. The opening goal, a real scorcher from Kieran Brady, high into the net after Brian Atkinson had put him through. David Rush has been a constant danger too. 5 minutes earlier he nearly scored with a 30-yard pile driver. Palace, for their part, have pushed hard, and the striking partnership of Wright and Bright have looked very sharp without ever really getting a decent shot on target. On the evidence of the first 45, though, Sunderland certainly don't look second division material.
Let's go to the Scottish Premier, just put you in touch with the scores there. Celtic 1, Motherwell 1. They meet in the Scottish Cup next week. Tommy Coyne and Tommy Boyd, respectively. Dundee United 0, St Johnstone 0. That'll be another Cup semi-final. Dunfermline 0, the leaders Rangers 0. And Hibs 1, Aberdeen 4. Aberdeen chasing Rangers pretty fully now, with Gilhouse getting 3 goals for them today. He's got a hat-trick. Scott Booth the other. Gareth Evans for Hibs. And it's St Mirren 0, Hearts 0. 1 or 2 scores from Division 2 in the league, in the Football League for you, before we go back to the rugby. Barnsley 1 up against Plymouth. Steve Agnew with a penalty. Bristol Rovers 1, Brighton 2. Brighton going well. John Byrne and Clive Walker are the scorers. Andy Rees got 1 in between for Rovers. Brighton in 4th place. Notts County 1, Blackburn 0, Kevin Bartlett. Oxford 1 up against Hull, John Dernan in 44 minutes. Portsmouth leading Bristol City 1-0, Colin Clark, the Northern Ireland international, 45 minutes, right on half-time. Swindon 1, Newcastle 1. Mickey Hazard with a penalty for Swindon. Gavin Peacock got the equaliser for Newcastle. And a bit of a turn-up with Sheffield Wednesday, the best away team around, losing 2-0 at Wolves, for whom Andy Much has got both goals. And let's just tell you that, I don't know where you've been all day, but you might have been somewhere where you haven't heard the result of the boat race. Oxford won it. Cambridge came second. And they won it by 4 lengths, and it was the 3rd fastest time of all time. A little applause then for the teams as they enter the arena for the second half of the Challenge. Keep going, girls. Challenge Cup semi-final. St Helens and Widnes for the right to play Wigan in the final, and the half-time score, remember, was 2-2. Ray.
Yes, and the players coming out from beneath the gantry there, this new £1.5 million grandstand, complete with hospitality boxes, gymnasia, new changing rooms. Certainly be spectacular when completed for the beginning of next season, but I don't think these players have any building or construction on their minds. All they want to see is to build on those 2 points either side and get to Wembley. John, you're already happily sat there at Wembley. Any thoughts on this next 40 minutes?
Well, I don't know about building on their minds. I think they've got some demolition on their minds, but it just looks like it's going to be the survival of the fittest. I think the team that plays out the strongest 40 minutes this half will win the game. There's been nothing in the first half, and if Widnes start to move the ball around a little bit more, well, they could get the points. But it's been a great game so far, and both teams are going all right.
Widnes not really got that cohesion in midfield to get that ball moved wide, have they, at the moment?
No, like I said earlier, I thought they were missing Tony Myler a bit, and but they're a very dangerous attacking side, and they're very sound. They've got a lot of good players, and they're capable of winning any game.
So we couldn't have a semi-final more delicately balanced than this. 2 points each, as Mr. Holdsworth gives a huge blast on his whistle. And Andy Courier, number 3 for Widnes, picks up. Not had a lot to do, but a very dangerous runner in a broken field. Devereux had quite a lot to do, not so much on the wing, but more in the midfield. Caloto, well policed by George Mann and Bernard Dwyer. Bernard Dwyer done a tremendous amount of tackling. Paul Hume, number 7, very adaptable player, this number 7. Played as a hooker in a test match in Australia. Played as loose forward. And once again, referee Holdsworth insisting, lying on it to play the ball. And it was Tira Party, the man adjudged to be committing the offence, the powerful St Helens number 3. So Davies once again puts the touch. 35 yards gain. Joe Grimmer had a good game since he came on as substitute, this lad. By Marlowe. But no way through this rugged, powerful St Helens defence. Kevin Ward been handling prop forwards like Marlowe for the past 10-11 seasons. Well spotted there by Cooper. Good tackle, good move by Widnes. Didn't quite come off. Sorensen. Grimmer. Good ball to Caloto. Now then, he's got some space to Devereux. Good cover. Good cover there by Les Quirk and Paul Loughlin. But Widnes on the attack. Davis, the high kick again. Too high, too far.
Thought there was a little bit of obstruction there that the referee missed as well, Ray, in that passage of play, but here we go again.
And Sage using Alan Hunt, the wingman, to good effect from the Eastmoor Amateur Club in Wakefield. Ooh, just didn't manage to get the pass away there, John Harrison. Ward pounding through. This is good play from St Helens, using these forwards to good effect. Had to play the ball. First Harrison, then Ward. That's a good kick for Mann. Well chased by George Mann. Has he got support on the outside here? Yes, he has. He's got Les Quirk. He's delayed. There's Jonathan Griffiths. He's going for the line. He's over. Yes! A superb try for the Welshman from Llanelli. Jonathan Griffiths in for the first try of the match. It was made by that little chip kick. George Mann went through, and this powerful lad Griffiths picked up the ball, reached over the top, and he was there. First try of the game.
Well, here we see it with George Mann in the clear with the inside ball to Griffiths. He just puts his foot down and goes for it. He's got very good speed. Mackenzie gets back, but it's a great try. But here's George Mann again. Andy Courier's hanging off a little bit, looking to the outside. George Mann gets his hands free. Ball inside to Griffiths. He's got great speed, Griffiths, and he just takes off, goes around Spruce. Mackenzie comes at him, but it's a good try.
And Paul Loughlin just having to wait a little with a kick. I think Phil McKenzie got a knock. He certainly did, and when we look at his face there, he got a knock with the elbow as he went into that tackle from Griffiths. And nice to see the St Helens doctor there helping Vivian Gleave, the Widnes physiotherapist, but I think somehow Phil McKenzie will be okay, and Vivian says he is. A burst of water from Eddie MacDonald, flushing out of the mouth guard.
That's the first time, Ray, that either side's chipped the ball in this game, and you know, I was waiting for it to happen, and we got the result.
And Loughlin now looking for the kick. He finds it. 2 more points to Paul Loughlin. 8 points to 2 now for St Helens, and suddenly the semi-final comes alive. The underdog St Helens in the lead at last. So Widnes now everything to play for. Widnes top of Division 1, the favourites to go to Wembley, but Challenge Cup semi-finals have the nasty habit of proving people wrong. Just 5 minutes gone in this second half. St Helens will want to hold this ball, play it through, play it steady. George Mann making some powerful bursts, shrugging off his colleagues. Ward, good tackle there by Kaloto Ingrimer. I think the New Zealand coach Bob Bailey sat watching this back in Auckland. He's having his own personal test team trial here with a number of Kiwis. Beavers, good play. Bishop, nice play that, moving the ball, the pressure off Beavers to Bishop's left foot. Widnes now desperate to get this ball moving. Spruce. To a fire looking to come into the game, but no way through. I think that's a sign of trouble, John, when Martin O'Fire's having to come off the wing.
Well, he's got to get in there and try and get some ball. You know, he's a great attacking force that they've got. And, you know, he's probably feeling a little frustrated out on the wing.
To Davis. That's a good kick. Testing kick. Phil Beavers sensibly letting it roll into touch. But that puts Widnes on the attack. Good pinpoint accuracy there from Davis.
Probably go all out in this scrum and go for a push and see if they can get one against their head.
Well, they're a very big pack. Some powerful lads in that front row there. Grimmer, Sorensen, but no, a scrum to St Helens. Jonathan Griffiths, the try scorer. Saints won this Challenge Cup 5 times. One of the sides in the first ever Challenge Cup, St Helens against Batley. And the tempo in the forwards hotting up now, as I think Widnes realise they've got to get the ball, they've got to get their act together. St Helens controlling play at the moment with the pack and these Bishop kicks. Well taken by Devereux. Trying to blast away down the middle, but no way through. Dwyer again. The tackling machine for St Helens. Spruce. Another 6 tackles. The ball kicked at the play of the ball there. And the pace now suddenly moving up from Widnes. Paul Hume. Marlow, good driving run. Well, Alex, certainly are Widnes going to change their tactics or just keep plugging away?
Well, I think it looks like Widnes are getting a little bit desperate. I think there's a few anxious thoughts on the bench here. The forwards are not working for Widnes, but Frankie, you've not got that kind of problem. That was a great try.
They've got the problem now, Alex. I think we've took their forwards on, and at the moment we're licking them. At the moment it's looking good for us.
I'm just hearing a remark down here from the assistant coach. He's never seen St Helens tackle as well. Is that a lucky omen, Ray?
Well, lucky omen or not, that's a good kick. Cooper's going back. He'll be tackled behind the line. Good cover there by Martin O'Fire. Well, certainly O'Fire looking hungry now. Cooper taking his time. But good play there by Martin O'Fire.
It was a good kick from Andy Courier. He just hooked the ball back the other way, which Cooper had a bit of a look at it here and thought, you know, is it going to go dead? And he decided no. Martin O'Fire with a good chase.
The Widnes back in possession then inside this St Helens 25-yard line, trailing by 8 points to 2. Just 10 minutes gone in this second half. Half an hour to go. Paul Hume. But still this relentless defence that the Saints assistant coach Frankie Barrow was talking about. Hume. Richie Ayres. One of the few Widnes forwards who's actually made the occasional break this afternoon. Hume, Sorensen, can't quite get through. Another 2 tackles in this sequence. Mackenzie, look for support, he finds it to O'Fire, he can't get away. The crowd held their breath behind the post there. The 5th tackle. What's Mackenzie going to do? Is he going to run it? No, he kicks. Devereux gets it, he loses it. Pressure again, John Devereux. A foot from the line, but it's St Helens in possession. Coming away slowly now, relentlessly. Tiarapati helping his forwards out. St Helens made the better use of that possession. Back to Harrison. Had a good strong game, this number 11, John.
Yeah, he's played very well, Ray. They've had a few good players, and you know, Graves is in there at dummy half plugging away now, but they're under a lot of pressure too. Although they've got the ball, they've been in their own half for a long time, and
but they're holding up, John, aren't they? They're holding up.
Yeah, they're tackling very well.
O'Fire hasn't managed to break loose at all this afternoon. 44 tries of Fire, no need to spell the danger to St Helens. Many a time he's proved their undoing. Mackenzie to Devereux. Devereux once again in the middle. Well, if ever a lad was trying to get to Wembley, this lad is. David Hume, sorry. The only boy on this field, the Widnes, who's been to Wembley. By Marlowe, good pass to Courier. Now then, Spruce. He makes the half break, but a good tackle by Paul Bishop. That's good cover, but Spruce gets it again. Play on, but still the 5th tackle. Widnes again, Davis. The high kick. Would the grubber have been better? It would, I think. But Vivers is tackled behind the post. That's the pressure again. St Helens just can't escape from here. But still they lead, 8 points to 2. Experience there of Phil Vivers, unflappable. Took that ball superbly beneath the post. You wonder, John, would the grubber kick be better?
Well, once the ball's in the air, Ray, anything can happen. Here's a very high bomb. Came down very close to the goalpost, so it was certainly a good kick. And they're hitting them with everything, Widnes, so we'll see how good the St Helens defence is.
To O'Fire. Hands off one man. George Mann puts him down. To Sorensen. David Hume. Widnes really now piling the pressure on, moving this ball. Sending the big forwards through. Well then, what's Mackenzie doing? Oh, that's an interception. Shane Cooper to Groves. 2 or 3 times we've seen Phil Mackenzie standing still, John, and playing the ball. Paul Bishop going away, look for support. He finds it there. Jonathan Griffiths again now. The kick and the chase. It's the chase with a fire, and Griffiths. The fire's there. But St Helens come in 75 yards there, more direct than Widnes. And Fire injured again. Mr. Hewitt, the touch judge from Oldham, obviously spotted something. A leg injury to Fire. And it looks to be Tira Party.
Well, here we see Bishop just put his head down and goes into the forwards, and to his surprise he comes out the other side. Now he looks for support here, and there's a little bit of there's some players in between him and the ball, so he takes the odds and throws a long ball. Now Griffith gets it here. Whether this was the right decision or not, I don't know. You know, it's a chance that you take. It's a kick and chase situation. Martin O'Fire usually gets back first in those. And then the linesman has saw something in the tackle on O'Fire.
Just 15 minutes gone then in the second half. Saints still 8 points to 2 in the lead. The Griffiths try, the 2 Loughlin goals. Just the Jonathan Davies penalty reply. And Widnes, I think, getting a little frantic now. Impossible, seemingly, to break down this St Helens defence. Faimalo, Widnes been looking to one of the pounding runs from this lad down the middle. This lad from Wellington, New Zealand. Richie Ayres can't get the ball away. Still this St Helens clutch of tacklers coming up. Davis. Well covered by Beavers. Beats 2 men, 3 men. This is good play. Chirapati. And really St Helens being allowed to make far too much room there. George Mann doing a little pitch kick and sidestep. Cooper. And St Helens now, John, look to becoming even more confident after withstanding that pressure.
They are. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're being very direct about what they intend to do, and they're looking dangerous at the moment.
Loughlin. Good battle there between Loughlin and Courier, rivals for a Great Britain Test spot. Bishop again. Oh, that's a beauty. It's a curler. It's going away from Spruce. He's missed it. He's humped over. Yes, he is. Oh, yes. An amazing try. Alan Hunt, I don't think he can believe it. The kick by Bishop. It was a huge kick. It was a curler. It went away from him. It sent Hunt scuttling through. He caught it superbly, and it's a try. St Helens increased that lead. 12 points to 2 now.
We saw a good lead-up play to this try with the forwards really powering down the middle, and then Bishop puts up a bomb that brings snow. It's a very high bomb. Hunt keeps his eye on the ball. O'Fire's there as well, tries to hold him up, but he forces his way over. This is a great bomb. It gets up in the air, it swirls around a little bit with the wind, and again the fullback, he's in all sorts of trouble because there's a lot of good chases. It's been a great chase from Hunt. They had a lot of players there, St Helens, that could have run a bit of interference.
Certainly a good try. And Loughlin, the 2 points. Steady, safe conversion there from Loughlin. 14 points to 2 now for St Helens. And are we going to see a repeat of the 3 previous St Helens Wigan finals? Well, I'm sure Widnes will have plenty to say. Jonathan Davies to kick off, and just over 20 minutes to go in this semi-final. St Helens 14 points to 2, and playing the better rugby now. That's good play from Party. Inside to Hunt. He's going again. He's got Quirk on his inside, but a good tackle by Spruce. Mr. and Coach Doug Lawton certainly must be wondering what's hitting his side now. Kevin Ward pounding in. You wouldn't think this man had been played 11 seasons in the front row, playing like a 2-year-old. Well, Alex, there must be wonderment on this St Helens bench.
Well, we've got a very, very jubilant St Helens bench, Ray, as you may expect. But having said that, you've got to take nothing away from St Helens. They certainly look the better side, and it looks like John and Harrison's going over again, and that's the kind of confidence St Helens are now getting down here, Ray. They're getting a feel for the ball, they're taking Widnes on in every department, and really they look the best side.
Certainly. And it's all smiles on that St Helens bench. Mark Bailey there, Jonathan Neal. I can see Stan McCormick and all St Helens wingmen there from the 40s and the 50s. Phil Beavers, confidence oozing through these red and whites now. Driving towards this Widnes line. George Mann. To Loughlin. Beats one man, two man. He's got Little Bishop alongside him. Can't get there, but it's will play on. Caloto, now then, what can Widnes do? They need something badly. They've got to get this ball out to the pace, to O'Fire, to Davis, to Courier. McCurry there, just slipped onto the field for the injured Phil McKenzie. Steve McCurry. By Marlowe. If anything, John, I think these Widnes forwards have sort of ran too much from acting half-back or first receiver.
Well, the usual organisation hasn't been there today, and you know, now Mackenzie's gone off, it's probably not going to be as good as it has been. So you know, they've got some good forwards out there. They have tried to go down the middle a lot, and the St Helens defence has been up to it.
Les Quirk, Saints wingman from Barrow, up to it. Bernard Dwyer. St Helens just content to hold the ball. Minutes ticking away. This lad, number 11, John Harrison, had a good sterling game in the pack. As is this man, the experienced Kevin Ward. Seen service for Great Britain in Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea. Had a new lease of life here at Knowsley Road, St Helens. £80,000 buy last summer. And the fifth tackle. Again, using the high ball on young Spruce. Well taken. Just under 20 minutes now. Sorensen. Morty Caloto can't get through. St Helens, as I said earlier, had big problems with their defence, but certainly all credit to the Kiwi coach Mike McLennan. He's worked on that, and he's spotted the weaknesses here with Widnes. Mr Holsworth stopping play for a second. Andy Courier getting a knock. Davis trying a little chip over, but well covered by Bishop. Picked up beautifully. I think once he's stopped talking, John, Bishop's having a very good game now.
Well, he's settled down. He's done most of their kicking, and you know, he's been very safe. He's played particularly well. He's you know, he's organised things in close, and George Mann and Kevin Ward, you know, and the other front rower, Jonathan Neal, they're doing the damage up the middle of the park. They've advanced the ball really well.
To Bishop again, the long ball to Mann. Picked up by Devereux. Little desperation now creeping into this Widnes side. They've got to get points on the board very, very quickly. All well read by Spruce. Cuts inside well, that's good play, but no support. Really, one or two forwards should have been coming along there, but this is better now from Widnes. Can they get some points on the board? Richie Ayres. 12 yards now from this St Helens line. Widnes on the attack by Marlowe. McCurry. Back to Ayres again. Still the defence holds. tension there on this St Helens bench. Grimmer. Still going, tries to get it away. He does, but Bishop's there. Really a silly pass at that stage, John.
Well, it was, Ray, because the referee had just wiped the 6 tackles off, and there was another 6 tackles, so that was virtually back to 1, and Richie Ayres tried to unload the ball.
So, roars of "we shall not be moved" ringing around this Central Park from the St Helens fans, and certainly that's been the state of that defence. Tackling being magnificent. George Mann, a good run now then. He's got Jonathan Griffiths inside him. He's screaming for the ball, but he gives it to Les Quirk. Good tackle. Superb tackle there by John Devereux on Les Quirk. Quirk getting a damaged shoulder in the process. But once again, as John Mooney was saying, John, the damage done by this man.
Yeah, George Mann, he's having a hell of a game. He's playing really well. He got out wide then and got rid of Marlowe. He had good support on the inside too. He probably took the wrong option here. Here's Quirk. He tries to get rid of Devereux, but Devereux's good covering tackle and takes him over to the sideline.
So 15 minutes left. Widnes trailing 14 points to 2, and I'm sure that somewhere up in that grandstand where the St Helens coach Mike McLennan sits is a very nervous man. 2 years ago he had the honours snatched away from him when it was a draw with Wigan at Old Trafford. He'll not be wanting to see Widnes in possession. Alex, what do you suggest Widnes can do at this stage?
Well, I must say there's 1 or 2 anxious faces on the Widnes bench, but like I say, I don't think we can take anything away from St Helens, because really they're taking this Widnes side apart in the pack. Kevin Ward, John Harrison and George Mann and Bernard Dwyer. Surely, Frank, this is the best performance of the season.
I've never seen anything like it, Alex. It is the best we've played all season. We've been trying to get this type of football out of them, and at the moment today we've done everything right. I think it's all down to tackling. Our forwards have outplayed their forwards, and it's made our backs who look a lot faster than their backs, really.
Well, I think they look a little yard faster, but not only that, I think Widnes look a little bit disorganised. They're lacking a little bit of organisation, and really St Helens are taking them on in every department.
Yes, we are, really. From 1 to 13, everybody's having a blinder, and that's what you've got to do in cup-tie football. I always said we can pull one out the bag, and it looks like we have done today.
Well, it looks like they've saved the most important game for the biggest occasion, and who knows, on this form day, it looks like St Helens for Wembley.
Well, still time yet, but that's not the sort of play we're accustomed to see from Widnes. A little bit again of indecision, and poor Stuart Spruce just getting a knock to his right ankle there. Had a testing time, this lad. Difficult game to come into as a youngster. John Holsworth sensibly stopping play. Normally the game continues for an injury. To George Mann. Paul Groves, good pass, and I think that's been the difference between these two sides. The passes for St Helens have been sticking, and Kevin Ward, just look at that powerful prop goal. Oh, he gets into the party, he's got support, and Jonathan Griffiths is in again. The man from Llanelli and Wales, Jonathan Griffiths. He's in for his second try of the match. Sheer delight on his face. Wonderful play down that far side. I said the passes were sticking. I said the passes were being got to hand. He signals to friends in the grandstand. 2 tries from Griffiths in the semi-final. Wonderful effort.
Well, Kevin Ward does the damage here. He just gives Jonathan Davis a nice don't argue. Get rid of Davis, and then a pass around the back to the winger in support. The winger's tackled here and gets a ball, a very late ball, but it's a good pass. The number 6 is in again. Great try. But the power in the forwards has been unbelievable. There's Ward there. He just gets rid of Jonathan Davis. Shrugs off that tackle. O'Fire comes in from the wing. He puts Rapati away down the sideline. The fullback does make a great tackle there. A nice pass, and Jonathan Griffiths is in for another one, and they're going to Wembley, and they're happy.
Ten minutes left, John, before we decide who play Wigan at Wembley. It certainly looks like St Helens. No goal there from Lachlan, but an 18 points to 2 for the Saints. Well, surely I think they're halfway now up Wembley way.